Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we are going to jump into the store news. This store news is a week or so, well, not a week, it's about 2 days delayed because I had some work and some new product come in and stuff like that I've been working on, and I've been putting off this video, but I've decided to go ahead and do it right now while I have these Germans out. I wanted to show them off as part of the 4 subjects that we talk about. I talk about what I've finished, which are these, what I'm working on, what kind of product we got in, what kind of supplies we got in, and I'm going to start with I'm going to add a 5th item to our store news, and it's going to actually be news. It's going to be news from the web, or news from my manufacturers, or news from just basically news that's going to affect my store. All right, so this is what I was working on over the last week. I had finished these are done, and I can go ahead and put these away. And give me a second while I go do that. All right, there's really 2 things that I got in that I really want to show off. Well, not only did I get, well, that's supplies. I got in my Wargames Atlantic World War II bundle, so that still has to be inventoried and put on the store. But I also got in some, okay, not these 2. I also got in some British Sherman tanks. These are 3D printed. Did a really good job of printing those. I got in a couple of Panzer IVs, which I didn't really need, I just wanted. I also got in a couple of Panthers. Also, I didn't need them, I just wanted them. But I definitely need, the whole reason for this whole thing was the Shermans, which I got 5 of them, but mainly these M4 high-speed tractors. I looked all over the web. I couldn't find these anywhere. I think I might reorder a large bundle of these and then paint them up and sell them up on the store. But I basically got them for my own personal collection. They come in 2 models, one with like a canvas top and one with it open, and the one that's open also has a 50 cal machine gun on it. So I might get both varieties. And I also got the Wargames Atlantic order in that I've been waiting on since April. That finally came in, and basically they apologized for the delay, but they canceled a couple of my boxes, which is okay because they refunded them. But they did the right thing, in my opinion. They what they had out of stock, they removed from the bundle. They refunded the price of those out of stock items, and then sent me the remainder of the bundle. So I think that's a good thing. Okay, so that was really the only oh yeah, these World War II limbers. Now I've got some other stuff coming in. Some Blue Moon Russians. That's not correct. Some Blue Moon Romans. I have a feeling they're going to be going directly onto the store. I have a feeling about that. Because they might not be the right Romans. So, my mistake, your benefit. All right, what is something else? Okay, now I made a list because I didn't want to forget anything. I got a bunch of boxes, mainly 10 by 8 boxes. It's very funny, but I mostly use 9 by 6. Almost everything from Perry, Warlord, Gripping Beast, Oathmark, Flames of War, Plastic Soldier. Okay, those are almost all 9x6. They'll all fit in a 9x6 box. But my Rubicon models that I got in, and only the Rubicon models, need a 10x8 box. But in addition, I found that a lot of my Victrix plastic, Victrix bagged units will go nicely in those 10x8s as well. So I basically got a couple of bundles of 10x8s, either 3-inch or 4-inch thickness. I also got some bubble mailers. These bubble mailers are, I think, too small, so I'm going to have to test them. I got them specifically for the battle group rule books, but I have a feeling that it's going to be, if it's a tight fit, that's perfect. But if it's too small, then I'm going to complain because they advertised it being larger. Okay, so bubble mailers boxes. Oh yes, I replenished my Reynolds Wrap. You can't see it here, but I'll take a pallet. You know, these are just your traditional paint palettes that you can get at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or wherever. And I would take aluminum foil and completely cover the palette. And that way, when I use it, like I've done here and here, as I use it, when it's completely used or abused, then I can just peel this aluminum foil off and throw it away. And that way, and that's what I did yesterday on this palette, because I had used it quite a bit on my Germans. And so instead of having to go through and wash it or clean it with soap and water or anything like that, I can just throw the aluminum foil away. So my point is, I got another roll of aluminum foil. And I also got a roll of wax paper, because sometimes I like to lay out wax paper on the table, specifically if the model I'm working with is going to be touching the table, like a tank or something like that, or if it's a building or something like that that doesn't have its own base and I need to paint it or wash it or something, if I'm afraid anything's going to drip onto the table, or if I'm gluing something together and I'm afraid it's going to glue directly to the table, I will put some wax paper down. So I replenished that as well because I was almost out. I know, administrative BS. Okay, so what did I get? Boxes, foil, wax paper, and I got a bundle of Litco bases. Now, these were all specifically for Meg. So I got 40 by 20s, 40 by 40, and 40 by 30. And I got a S ton of those. Okay, so we talked about that my Ancient Army was finished. Product I got in was the vehicles, Wargames Atlantic. I'm working on the Russian Army as a commission, and now we got news. Okay, there's a couple of pieces of news. USPS. I ship exclusively through USPS. Why? It's just easier for me. I've got a relationship with my postman. I have a shipping location here in the building where the postman can come directly up and pick up all my boxes, you know, and take them out, and then, or I can, and when he delivers boxes, they all fit in this big gigantic thing. So I don't use UPS or FedEx or DHL or any of those other shipping as a shipping method. Now I receive all those, that's no problem. Of course it is, right? But if I ship, I'm going to ship USPS. USPS has just changed all of its price. Well, not all of its prices, but it did change two things. It took its, and you might not know this if you don't do a lot of shipping, but they took their first class packages, which were all under £1, and combined it with Parcel Select, which used to be like a discounted domestic um, economy budget shipping for heavy boxes, anything over a pound, right? They still have Priority, Priority Express, all those good ones. But if you were looking for like the low end price, which is what I would do, I would ship almost exclusively first class because it's almost as fast as Priority and it's about 2/3 the cost, right? But they've gotten rid of first class packages. You can still send a letter first class, but not a package, no matter what its weight is. But they've combined it with Parcel Select and they've created something called Ground Advantage. It's kind of cool. Cool name. And the prices are comparable to first class. So might be like $1 more. It's hard to tell because I've only been using it for the last 3 days. But it's kind of like first class that allows heavier boxes, like up to 70 pounds. And I was looking at it. If you're shipping about a pound with first class, it used to be around $8, $9. And now with Ground Advantage, it's about $9. So there's no difference there. If I go really small, like 4 ounces, it's actually cheaper. And then if I go really heavy, it's cheaper than Priority, right? But way faster than Parcel. So it's kind of it's a mixed bag, but I think it's an overall plus. I like it. So you're going to get your boxes about the same speed, and if it's really light, you might save some money. Okay, so and if it's super heavy, you're definitely going to save some money because I'm not shipping it Priority, I'm shipping it Ground Advantage. So for like a 2-pound Priority was like $17. A 2-pound Ground Advantage is like $12. So that's like a $5 savings. That's awesome. Okay, so now the other piece of news I have is Victrix. Now you might have heard me talk about this already, but there's no minimum order. So as a retailer, as a partner of theirs, I can order 1 bag at a time. I can order new releases. I can order very small orders. Now, shipping might cut into that because imagine if they don't. They ship by weight, but if you can imagine a box, remember this is being shipped express, Parcel Express or something that they call it, from the UK. And when I order like a couple of $100 worth of stuff, let's just call it 200, right? Shipping it could be $50. That's 25% of my order, right? It's actually higher, but it's 25% of the order. But imagine I decided to order 1 bag, right? And this bag was, let's make math easy, let's just say $50, right? And if shipping is now $25, that's 50% of my order. So it will not behoove me to order small amounts, right? Because then the shipping would just eat into my profits. So I will still want to do larger orders, but the point is I don't have to do larger orders. So that's a net bonus. And then 2 more things. I think I can. what I'm going to do is, okay, I just want to show this email off. I received an email from Victrix letting me know that they're announcing that they're going to start a new medieval range. It's going to cover the 12th to the 13th century. And here's a model of a knight. Western knights, 12th to 13th century. And then they're planning on doing Crusaders or Byzantines, Muslims. So if you look, these are inspired by the Crusades and Muslim helmets. Look at those. And then down here, look at these guys. The Syrian city militia, you know, or Spain. And these can be used back as far as the 7th and 8th centuries, as part of Great Islamic Conquest. But it's still pretty cool. And then these guys, you know, now these are all computer renders, right? Obviously, but from what I can tell from all their previous models, they are very accurate to their computer renders. And so we're going to keep our eyes open for that. And then one more thing. I also got this email, which is Norman Crossbowmen now shipping. Those guys look really, really good. I'm looking at the mold and the model, not so much the paint job. But whoever did paint them did a very good job. But that's not what I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to look at the mold. It looks like you get 36 figures. 18 armored and 18 unarmored. 27 different heads. And remember, no minimum order. Yeah, so I'll probably be ordering some of those. I'm just letting you know. All right, guys. Well, that was it for today's news. What I'm working on, what I've finished, what product I got in, supplies. The only thing I can think of that I got in was this AK Ultra Flat Varnish. I had originally been using this Ultra Matte Varnish here, but you can see that's a much larger bottle. And I like the new design that goes with their new third generation paint. So other than that, I don't think I really got any supplies in. No paint, no brushes, just the wrappers, and that's not really supplies. Well, it is supplies. And then product, I got the Wargaming Atlantic World War II and the 3D printed, and then finished the Germans and working on the Russians. All right, I'll catch you in the next video.